keynote speaker, Mr. Jermaine May, Board of Management led by Mr. Glenroy Christie, or Mr. Glenroy Williams, sorry, our chairman, graduating class of 2021, vice principal, teachers, parents, well-wishers, and guests who are joining us on the various social platforms. Good afternoon to you all. The task is mine to do my first end-of-year principal's reflection at the Noble Staceyville Primary School for the academic year 2020 to 2021. Graduation celebration marks a momentous experience for students and parents and guardians. This year we are celebrating with our students under the theme STAND, an acronym which symbolizes stand tall through all adversities and negative distractions. It is Colin Powell who says, "There are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failures." My journey at the Staceyville Primary School commenced on August 3, 2020. I was warmly welcomed by a partially constituted board of management that existed at the time, as well as by staff, students, and parents. The warmth extended caused me to quickly warm up to my new environment. Prior to the opening of school for the new academic school year, various assessments were done of reports to garner data concerning the academic performance of the school. All the necessary meetings and consultations were held to ensure we were on a good foundation for the newly appointed chief captain and our team in preparation for takeoff. The necessary plans were therefore drafted to chart the new school year. These plans saw us ramping it up and fixing it up to meet the anticipated turbulences ahead due to the pandemic of COVID-19. Our overall guiding theme for the year is embracing change, promoting an inclusive and accountable school culture. Part of the change we had to embrace was the blended modality of teaching and learning, as well as our teachers, students, and parents learning how to use the new LMS platform. Part of our team, which had representatives from the admin department, ancillary, and also the teachers, were engaged by JSIF in a WASH training. We therefore benefited thereafter from many items being donated by the school to put us in a better position to function effectively under the COVID-19 requirements. September 3, 2020 should really have been the official date for our aircraft SPS 13059 to take off. However, our flight was delayed due to the bad weather of COVID-19. While we delayed, principal, teachers, parents, and friends were all engaged in a work day to ensure that all the classroom spaces were ready and fresh for reopening. Special thanks to all who came out to support on that day. September saw aircraft SPS 13059 Boeing in the cool hills of northern Clarendon at the foot of the Bullet Mountains, approximately 6 kilometers from Kellix in the community of Sandy River. As the aircraft prepared for takeoff, Chief Captain Venice Grant Hartwell, Vice Captain Rosianne Richards, flight attendants Brown Walter, Rose, Bell, Roberts, Pinnock, Welcome, Walter, Edwards, Green, Gordon, Anderson, and Clark were all perked up and ready to go. Miss Irving decided to be in an inactive mode as she went off on 8 months vacation leave. The team ensured that the 235 special cargoes or passengers were all catered for, and they were all properly buckled in their seat belts. To support the captains and flight attendants were Miss T. Walker, Mrs. J. Collins Jackson, and those are our chefs. We were also supported by Mrs. V. Richards Beckford, our janitor. Later in the year, we received extra support being assigned by the ministry, and this came in the form of our cluster-based guidance counselor, Miss Campbell. We also adopted Miss K. Rainford as a needy assistant to provide better service to our clients. Flight SPS 13059 was off to a not so smooth start or sailing due to specifications that had to be put in place for COVID-19, but more so due to the new mode of operation, which is a virtual one. We were faced with turbulences, which includes, but is not limited to, lack of devices, lack of internet connectivity, financial constraints, inadequate resources, especially human resources, to reach all the passengers who were entrusted in our care for the flight. These challenges also included stipulations from the health inspectorates and also from the ministry itself. Turbulences had us adjusting along the way to meet the needs of our special cargoes, our students, as well as that of our teachers and our stakeholders. Amidst the hardship, we were able to carry on several of our scheduled activities, which included the administration of the Individual Diagnostic Reading Inventory, the IDRI. And this was done to ascertain the reading level of each student in order to obtain data to guide our plans as we sought to cater to the needs of our passengers. The Grade 1 Individual Learning Profile was also administered in Term 1. The data of these tests suggested we need a reading intervention plan. The virtual mode of operation, as well as being short-staffed, was a challenge for us to implement the appropriate reading intervention plan that was really needed for our students. As such, we were able to alter our timetables to include reading every teaching morning for each class. And our teaching mornings were Monday to Thursday. Students did mostly independent activities on Friday. This gave teachers some time to devise plans to strategize for each week. As the aircraft continues to increase in flight altitude, flight attendants were drawn into a professional development session to sharpen strategies for the teaching of reading. Our greatest setback was that not all of our students were able to be online, so not all were able to benefit through our efforts. We were therefore not meeting with many of these students who really needed the intervention. Term 1 also saw us improving our plant by doing some renovation within our administrative area, painting the outer buildings of our school, creating an isolation room, and installing all the required COVID-19 requirements that were expected. This allowed us to receive very high commendations from the Health Inspectorate and putting us on the list of schools that should be considered to be ready for face-to-face reopening whenever the time comes. This happened as early as November. In term 2, we felt the joy of being one of the schools to open for face-to-face. So on Monday, February 8th, our doors were open to our grade 6 classes. We continued with the sensitization and orientation for other grades throughout the week. And very soon, the other classes were able to join, most of which were allowed 1 day per week. At the end of March, the contract for our COVID relief teacher ended, and so Mrs. Clark parted ways with us. Term 3 came, and Miss Irving resurfaced. She came back fresh and energized to take on the task or the last leg of the school year. This saw us saying goodbye and thank you to Miss Welcome, who worked for the 8 months period during which Miss Irving was on vacation leave. Though operating virtually, as a school, we managed to pull through the following activities. We had our Heroes Week celebration, online seminar for parents, and we want to say thanks to the fathers who participated in our special competition that saw our fathers winning prizes and surprises. We had our Jamaica Day celebration online as well. Students had the chance of decking out in their Jamaican colors and performing various pieces. They also competed and were able to win prizes and surprises. The month of May started off with the school partnering with the church, to launch its Child Month activities. Thanks to the Seven Ground Church of God of Prophecy for facilitating this. We were able to stream live on Facebook to ensure all parents, students, and teachers, and also our stakeholders to join and to participate in the activities. The month climaxed with our Teacher Day activity, which was an online social. We also did the dropping off of gifts for teachers. Later on in the month of May came Children's Day, and this was a special day for us. This saw our teachers and our principal motorcading to drop off gifts for our students at selected points. Kudos to the hardworking staff of Staceyville Primary School. On this day also, we had a very special program being coordinated and executed by Miss Irving. Students did their talent pieces and many other activities. This was truly an awesome experience. Truly, our motto came alive on that day. Together we work. Together we achieve. We had our long-standing Children's Day convention. However, this, for the first time, was done virtually. This was marshaled by Mrs. Spinnock and her team. Thanks again to parents, students, and teachers, and also our special guest presenter, Reverend Bartley, for such a beautiful session. We had our Careers Day activity as well, and wow, this was a bomb. Thanks to Mrs. Dawkins Rose and her team for putting the icing on the cake for our Child Month activity. This activity had us exposing our students to various career choices. Thanks to Ms. V. Harris, teacher and florist, Mr. Aldino Perkins, auditor of KPMG, Mr. Shaluk Clark, technical consultant at the Ministry of National Security, Nurse Williams, our own community midwife, Mr. Wayne Pinnock, a student athlete, Miss Young, a customer service officer at the National Land Agency, and Mr. Owen Lindsay, an inventory analyst at Singer Jamaica Limited. All these individuals took the time out to participate in our Careers Day activity to impart their knowledge and their field of experiences to our students and educating them on what to do to be part of those fields. We had a rich guidance and counseling program as well this year. For the first time in history, Staceyville Primary School benefited from a guidance counselor. This was headed by our cluster-based guidance counselor, Ms. Campbell, who formed her team. She engaged parents, students, and teachers in several psychosocial sessions, and this was well needed during this time because we are facing a pandemic. The guidance team also engaged us in a very special online moment of devotion. We can recall the many home visits, the many phone calls that our guidance counselor, our principal, our vice principal, and even some of our teachers made just to get our students ready and to encourage each student to be online. We tried our utmost best in offering all the necessary support we could have offered to our parents and to our students during this time. We also want to say a special thank you to Pastor Thomas from the Sunday River Church of God of Prophecy, as well as members who would have donated credits or data to some of our students. We also thank Mrs. James Miller and Miss Georgia Robinson also for donating credit to our students just to get them online. All in all, the captains and the attendants tried their utmost best, and they tried everything possible to keep the passengers engaged and alert throughout the flight. Our little report is unable to capture all the wonderful moments. We cannot close, though, without mentioning our treat that was held earlier, and to which our former principal, Mr. Price, would have partly sponsored, and we thank him. Further on, we had cabin 6 coming out again after we would have come out face to face, would have gone back virtual. Cabin 6 resurfaced on a face-to-face basis once more with crew members, Mrs. Walter and Mrs. Rose. They embraced these children as we resumed face-to-face in order to prepare our students for the grade 6 PEP ability test. We still await the result today. Truly, we have been going through certain times, but with God's help, we have managed to have overcome many of the challenges that we've had. As a school, we continue to partner with the business entities and strengthening the bond with the wider community. And so we have had our device drive, which have brought some fruition. This gave us some really needed devices to assist our students. We thank the ministry for donating the 72 tablets to us, or to our grades 4 to 6 half students, I should say. And backing that, we had Minister Collins and wife donating some devices to some of our students. We thank them wholeheartedly. We also thank Bargain Wholesale and Retail for donating some devices likewise. We also anticipate to say thank you to JC, who should be donating a few other devices in short order. As aircraft SPS 13059 continued soaring to great heights, it sometimes made short stops along the way for refueling. Thanks to some of our parents who from time to time came in to give an extra hand. We thank you wholeheartedly. This year we are challenging all of you to continue to embrace the changes that are ahead. And we also want to say to you, we know it's trying times, but we can do it. This year is indeed a challenging one, but as we are preparing for landing, we want to say, sit back and relax. We are approaching our destination, and we are asking crew members to prepare passengers for landing. Here, already we have started drafting the things that we hope to improve for the next school year. Some of these include, but are not limited to, we hope to be having back again our prize giving day for each grade. We hope to go on a drive for plant development and improvement and to enrich the programs that we are offering as a school. Today I say to the graduates, stand tall through all adversities and negative distractions as you go out there. Somebody says, there's something inside so strong. I know that you can make it. We're saying to you, you can make it. Just stand tall amidst the adversities and the distractions that will come. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I just want to say to you that I present to you the graduating class of 2021 for the Staceyville Primary School. I know you're in your various spaces. You may be in your kitchen. You might be in your bedroom. But I know you can put your hands together with me and help me recognize and celebrate the milestone that our grade 6 class would have reached. Please put your hands together with me. Parents of Staceyville, we urge you today, help these students, your children, to achieve the big dreams that they have. Please ensure that their dreams become a reality. Try your utmost best with them. Some years ago, you entrusted them in our cares, and today, we are entrusting them back in your hands. All the best. Thank you for entrusting them to us. And we are saying to you, take good care of them. Help them to stand and help them to achieve their goal. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's surely nice being your pilot for aircraft SPS 13059 for the academic year 2020-2021. This is our school report. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you very much for listening. God bless you.
All right, parents, wherever you are, whether in the house, whether on the streets, and ladies and gentlemen, everybody who is watching, big thank you to our principal bringing that report. A report of that nature is no easy turn, and so we want to thank her for that report that was given. Could you put your hands together for Mrs. Hartwell? Right, and we're moving along, and this is the moment that you have been waiting for. We are now going to be listening to our valedictorian, who is coming to represent the class of 2021. Could you put your hands together and make welcome at this time Cadicia Henry? Put your hands together, class of 2021.
chairman of the Board of Governors, in person of Mr. Glenroy Williams, most worthy guest speaker, Mr. Jermaine May, our new, young, well-equipped and vibrant principal, Mrs. Hartwell, other distinguished guests, our heroes and heroines, which happens to be the academic staff, parents, graduates of 2021. Well-wishers, boys and girls, please accept my greetings. Stand tall against adversities and negative distractions. That is the theme of our graduation. And if you look carefully, you will see those words spell the acronym STAND. There is a quote that states, "If you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything." So, it is with a sense of great pride that I stand here today as the valedictorian of the graduating class of 2021. I stand to share with you our journey at the Staceyville Primary School. For some of us, the journey lasted 6 years, while for others, it may have been less. This is one of our best days because today we can reflect on the hard work of not just us the graduates, but also of the teachers and parents. This afternoon, we want to acknowledge the individuals who have helped us along our path, the fun, laughter, tears, and some of life's hardest lessons that have and will continue to shape us in becoming the kind of men and women that will reshape, contribute positively, and help to restore peace, moral values, and spiritual disciplines in our communities and by extension our country. The transition from basic school into a primary school was a scary but exciting one. It almost felt like a fish moving from a fishbowl into the ocean. We were scared as we did not know what to expect. But our teachers and other staff members soon helped us to overcome these fears. And oh, how awesome the journey has been. From the moment we entered grade 1, we have been groomed to become well-rounded individuals who are able to tackle the challenges of real-world problems. Simple instructions like taking care of our environment and showing respect to our teachers and peers have helped us to develop sound characters. The foundation was firmly laid from grade 1, 2, and 3, and like the good builders, they are our teachers continue to lay blocks of knowledge which were able to get us through a life-changing pandemic. At grade 5, we were forced out of a physical building onto a virtual space. And we had to adapt quickly to the new norm, which included lots of sanitizing and wearing of masks. Despite all that, however, we continued to prepare for our PEP exams. And it was with a great sense of relief for many of us when at the end of the grade 6 ability test on May of this year, we realized that the test was not so bad and we were still alive. We survived it all, ladies and gentlemen. Worthy of acknowledgement and commendation are those persons who withstood changes and challenges and are responsible to educate, motivate, model, make, and break us. I referred to you earlier as our heroes and heroines. Today, teachers, you are looking at the fruits of your labor. You went beyond the call of duty just to ensure that we grasped the concepts that were of paramount importance to make us competent for our exams. You tolerated our shortcomings, you encouraged us, you even rebuked us when we wanted to be engaged in unprofitable activities in the virtual space. You helped us to believe in ourselves when we did not believe in ourselves. According to Francis Keppel, education is too important to be left solely to the educators or teacher. Therefore, we assure you, our teachers, that we are going to play our part in our educational pursuits. Today, we, the graduating class of 2021, say, hats off, we will strive to stand tall. To our dearest parents and guardians, We recognize that you have made great sacrifices. You have done your best in ensuring that we were filled with the resources to deal with online challenges. You did without so that we could have much. We respect your efforts and we will make you proud. By now, you should all know that you are investing in us and you cannot and will not lose because you are sowing on good soils. To our chefs who prepared hot, tantalizing, and nutritious meals throughout the years, your lunches helped us to master the difficult concepts in class. Thumbs up. To our janitor, you have managed to keep our surroundings clean. You have worked assiduously to ensure our school environment was COVID-free. Great job. Our Staceyville Primary Schools family, the school's motto is no mistake. Together we work, together we achieve. In working together, we will matriculate to the next phase of our educational journey. We commit to pursuing the good old path stated in the book of Jeremiah. We are competent and confident we will achieve all our goals because we are students destined to fulfill our purposes. We are no perfect beings, and we must admit that we all have our weaknesses and shortcomings, but we will continue to yield ourselves to the individuals in our lives that will and have been modeling positive personalities that are worth emulating. To my fellow graduates, our graduation today is the first in the series of accomplishments that we'll surely achieve with the guidance of our parents and others around us. Everything has a beginning. In our case, we have just accomplished the beginning. We have started on the first right move. Hence, there is no reason for us to fail in future endeavors. I say to us, let us stand for something. Stand for positive values and moral principles. And even if we should fall sometime along the journey, don't be afraid to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and continue to stand.
Wow, wow, wow. Graduates, you are so holy, man. Make that a little stronger. You should be standing. Alright, so I want to tell you, man, that you're really going to miss those sumptuous lunches that I heard spoke about in the speech. So some of you will have to really take that memory of the canteen's taste with you. You know what I mean? So I am encouraging you, though, to take what your valedictorian stated. She said, ensure that you stand. Because when we're going in your new field, at your new school, you are going to be meeting a lot of things that are contrary to your upbringing. But you are going to do what graduates, I want you to tell me that word. What are you going to be doing? Stand. You're going to stand against all of those negative distractions and adversities. So thank you very much, Kadisia, for doing that address to your graduates. At this time, we are moving right along and we are going to be listening to the introduction to our guest speaker, which will be done by Rajay Redwood. And the next voice you hear, it will be that of the guest speaker. So Rajay will take the stand and you will know all about your guest speaker. So could you put your hands to those two persons that will be coming up? Put your hands together, ready?
Vice Chairman of the Board of Governors, Mrs. Barrett, Principal, Mrs. Venetia Grant Cartwell, members of the academic and supportive staff, parents, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good afternoon. I am truly happy and proud to introduce this guest speaker of the afternoon to you all. This young gentleman was born and bred in the beautiful district of Sandy River. He attended the Staceyville Primary School from 1996 to 2001, after which he was enrolled at Claude McKay High School. At Claude McKay, he was chosen to be a member of the school challenge quiz team and represent the school. He represented the school in several occasions. This young man has always acted with such decorum that he was chosen to be the head boy in 2006. He was also an avid sportsman who demonstrated innate skills in football, cricket, athletics. While at Claude McKay, he developed a great interest in sport journalism. There he was successful in several CSEC subjects. He then attended Clarendon College, where he continued his high school education. After completing his studies at Clarendon College, he matriculated to Northern Caribbean University, where he read a Bachelor of Arts degree in Mass Communication. While at university, he was involved in debates, quizzes, sports, and radio broadcasting. He commenced broadcasting at CVM television station in 2016, where he was presently employed. He is also the host of sports talk shows. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please help me welcome Mr. Jermaine May.